Hi, mathletes. Are you ready to stretch your brain? Today's question comes from the workbook, Problem Solving Experience in Mathematics. Kevin, Rachel, and Randy went digging for worms so they could go fishing. They divided the worms they found equally among themselves, and then they went down to the creek. After each friend used 6 of their worms, the total number of worms left was the same as each person had to start with. So, how many worms did the 3 friends dig up? All right, you can pause the video here, give it a go, and then when you're ready, just hit resume and you can see one method that I use to solve this. Welcome back. Well, when I looked at this question to begin with, I thought there's a lot of information there. So I'm going to try to unpack some of this. And I asked myself a few questions. First of all, how many friends went fishing? And I noticed that there was Kevin, Rachel, and Randy. So 3 friends went fishing. And then I wanted to know how many worms did each one use? And I looked back in there and it looks like they used 6 of their worms. And lastly, what do we know about the total number of worms left after each used up 6? And we know that the total remaining equaled the number each started out with. All right, so I thought the best way to attack this question is to use a guess and check. So I'm going to start out by guessing one worm. I put it in blue to show that blue are my guesses. And then I added 6 because I knew that they said that they use 6, right? So how many worms did each one use is 6. So 1 was my guess plus 6 equals 7. Now let's see if that would equal what they started with. So how many friends went fishing? 3. So 3 multiplied by 1 equals 3. So it does not equal 7. So that one didn't work. Let's try 2. So now my guess is 2. And again, how many worms did each one use? 6. So the sum of 2 and 6 is 8. There's 3 friends. So 3 multiplied by my guess, which is 2, equals 6. It doesn't equal 8. That one didn't work either. So let's try 3. So 3 is my guess. Again, they used 6 worms. So 3 and 6 is 9. And there were 3 friends. So 3 multiplied by my guess of 3. Oh, that does equal 9. Yay. So now I can say that 9 multiplied by 3 equals 27 because that means there were 9 worms and 3 friends each had 9 worms. So that means that they dug up a total of 27 worms. That's a lot of worms. Okay, are you ready to try an extension? Here we go. Now let's suppose that 4 friends went fishing with an equal number of worms. After each used 6 worms, the total number left was the same as each had to start. How many worms were dug up? So a similar question than we just did, but this time we have 4 friends. Again, you can pause the video here, and then when you're ready, just resume. Okay, did you find this harder or easier than the first one? Hopefully it was a little bit easier because you had a strategy. All right, let's see what we did. So I tried guess and check again. And like I did before, I started with 1, okay? And then 1 plus the 6 is 7, just like before. But this time I'm going to take my 1 and I'm going to multiply it by the 4 because there's 4 friends, but still my guess is 1. And the product of 4 and 1 is not 7, it's actually 4. So let's try 2. So now I have 2. 2 is my guess, plus the 6 worms is 8. And again, there's 4 friends, so 4 multiplied by my guess, which is 2, and that's also 8. That's awesome. So then we can say 8 multiplied by the 4, so there were 8 worms, multiplied by 4 friends is 32. So the 4 friends dug up 32 worms. I hope you found this fun. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, leave a comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe because that way you will get these in your box every week. Again, if this felt a little tricky, that's okay because that means that your brain grew. Thanks for watching.